here we are with day 4, and I am just feeling really good about this whole challenge. This is, it's continually just surprising me and making me feel inwardly wiser and a lot more strong, and you know, it's also helping me with grow my intuition and understand my crystals, most importantly, because I should be very soon a certified crystal healer, and I want to make sure that there's something more to than just being certified. I want, you know, just this name of this proclamation and having a document that says it. I want to know with every bit of my being that I can do so much more good for the world if I can share everything that I've learned and know that I know something about it. I know that this is actually one of the most difficult things I've ever done, so that was really exciting. But I don't want to ramble on about how awesome the class was, but it really was amazing. I will probably be making a lot more videos that have to do with all of the goodness that comes with this healing work and all the different healing modalities I intend to tap into. So this tool of divination is just one of many things that I'd like to be interested in, and I'm very thankful for anybody who's been tuning in to share the process. Okay, yesterday I worked with this beauty, and this sodalite did a very good job today in helping me with my creative abilities and my communication. It helped me really just express myself in not ways that were only through the language and me speaking. It had more to do with my creative expression and the way that I was showing admiration for others and just explaining myself better, just through a different portal, I guess, through cooking and through making art and creating and all the gestures that was being performed by me, I guess. I don't know, everything that I was doing and acting, it was the fluidity to it, and that was like such a strong theme for the day. So that was that. I really enjoyed that, so that was really wonderful. I loved it. We're going to start today with the Osho deck. I'm cutting it now. Yesterday we had pulled Trust from this deck. I put it back in, so it came again. You never know. I haven't gotten any repeats the past 3 days, but that tends to happen. It tends to happen. You never know. Okay. I think we're ready. Instead of like some people cut it, some people tap it, I like to like shake the deck. I don't know. that's my little thing. Interesting. The Miser. This is a very interesting card that has to do with keeping your gifts from others and keeping not just tangible items, even though in the picture it depicts this scary looking person keeping all of this beautiful jewelry and all these jewels from everybody else. It's not a night, and then they have this brick wall built around them, so they're kind of just hiding behind it and you know, just keeping to themselves. So I think I know why this is showing up, but let me continue. Earth Magic deck. We'll see how they correlate with everything else and how they work together. They tell more about the bigger picture. Ooh. This card just fell out, so I'm going to take that as a sign. I usually always do if one falls out. I'm just like, pick me. So, this one that fell out is Lake Stillness, which I've never pulled, but it's a very beautiful card. I like how in this image it's just this very easygoing nature scene, and everything really is just still. When I'm just pulling initially from the two of these being together, I'm feeling like they're sending this message that I may have a lot within me that I'm not maybe sharing enough, and I don't think that it has to do with me not being giving at all, because that's not the case. I think it has to do with just holding it back, and you see that image with it creating that wall. Maybe I've just been in a lot of I don't want to say solitary confinement, because I do live with Kevin, and I'm with Kevin a lot of the time, but I've had a lot of alone time recently, so I don't think it's a bad thing, though. I think it's a very powerful thing to be really at peace with your aloneness. That's a really sacred thing, and I've been working a lot on my aloneness. I don't really use the word loneliness in my vernacular. It's not a part of my being anymore. I don't get bored. I don't ever feel lonely. I have been holding back a lot on my musical talent, and I think that I keep making excuses for it, so that it could really be that. And thankfully, though, two of my girlfriends and I made a plan and arrange a date to go to a recording studio, so that can be the rebirth of this gift that I have. So maybe that's what's coming through. That's what I'm picking up personally from it. I don't know what everybody else may be picking up from it, but they're very strong together, and they're both, this rainbow indicates here that it is part of the earth element, and this one is definitely very earthy, and it even has this green hue to it. I'm going to read about stillness, since I'm not sure what Mr. Farmer's take on it is. Right? I know a lot about all of the Osho cards, though. Okay, so Lake says this. I'm going to read the whole thing, because this is my first time reading it. The subdued pastels of the early morning light quietly announce that the night is over and the sun is rising. The lake itself hasn't awakened from its rest, and it remains still and undisturbed. It welcomes a coming day, ready to respond with grace and fluidity to whatever currents and movements appear in its belly or upon its skin. The surrounding vegetation thrives from the abundant water near the shoreline, and the unoccupied boat lies in wait for its next passenger. All of it is at rest in this scene. It's in the deep, internal stillness that we find our being and come to know that we are intimately united with all creation. To achieve this mindset, we must slow down once in a while and get away from the surroundings that interfere and distract our inner tranquility. When we do this, when we do so, this profound stillness is available at all times, regardless of the environment. We can experience this sensation with steady, conscious breathing, or we can simply pause for a few moments and be still. The tempo of life these days has sped up considerably, and there seems to be no end to this quickening pace. Immersed as we are in the technological whirlpool, there seems no escape. However, there is no need to be a prisoner to the hurry-up syndrome, nor is there a need to feel trapped by the awareness of the collective intensities that massive numbers of humans are experiencing these days. No matter if the noise is from your environment or your seemingly non-stop thinking, it is critical for you to seek stillness. Find it in your world, whether it is a special place in your home or a special place in nature that is far from human-made noise. Of particular importance is finding it in yourself, which can be made easier by being in a quiet place in a natural setting. Doing so not only relaxes your mind, but also heightens your awareness and senses. I love this card. That actually reminds me a lot of the cards that I was pulling from the Osho deck last week. You know, it is actually really difficult to find places that are anything like this near where I live. I'm currently in Queens in New York, and I work in Manhattan a lot of the time, so the last thing I'd be finding near Manhattan is this. I do pine for this though, and I love nature, and I try to get out as much as I can. My altar was my little sacred space, but I had to not make a grid. Most recently, I've kind of taken it down for a little while. It kept getting knocked over and bumped into, and yeah, I didn't like that. So I just wanted to take everything down for a little while and, you know, just retune everything and see if I could find a better nook for it. But we might be moving in a couple months, so I'll have a lot more space. It'll be really good. Anyhow, I'm going to think for a little bit about what stone I'm going to work with for these cards. You know, because I definitely don't want it to be that I'm the person who's acting as in a miserly way. You know, I hope that nobody is treating me that way or is around me that's doing that. I don't think that that's the case, though. So I'm going to think on it. Anybody have any suggestions? Let me know and comment below. Otherwise, I'm going to look through my collection, and I will catch up with y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.